Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angelic Wisdom, formerly the Angel School, and we're here for our monthly Angelscope for the sign of Gemini for April 2022. So before I begin, I'd just like to welcome everyone, and especially anyone who's new to the Angelic Wisdom community. Before I begin, I'd just like two things. If you haven't had a chance to view the general monthly reading, then I'm going to put a link so that you can do that in the description area below. Also, since this is the 10th anniversary and we're going through a transition from the Angel School to Angelic Wisdom, and the person who's working on the logo and all that stuff, this is a very busy season, so it'll probably take a little bit longer, but it should be hopefully within the next month or so complete it. And also, as a gift to everyone, my first time promotional angel reading is available to everyone this year, and as many times as you like this year, so that and also you can use all the other services that might suit your needs better. But just to make you aware of that, and my webpage is theangelschool.com/services. You'll find that link below in the video. So let's take this time now to take a deep breath. Gemini, and to connect in with your heart space. And first they show me a lamp, which always tells me someone's highly intelligent. And then they show me a sign. And I almost feel like it's like an activist kind of sign, like a protest for some reason. And the sense that I get is you have a way, obviously, with words and the ability to articulate yourself and to communicate effectively. And this makes you one of great influence. And they're showing me like a leader, like a guide, and he's bringing, like almost like a magician, he's bringing energy down from the heavens and down into the earth. And so your words, your activism, and it doesn't, and activism can happen on so many levels. There's a spectrum, a wide spectrum of activism. And so you don't necessarily have to go out and, join a protest. That's not what they're saying. But they're reminding you that your words have power. And whether you're in some place where you feel is remote, and if you speak the words that are inspired to you, you're channeling through that frequency of higher consciousness, and you're bringing it into the earth plane. Once that happens, that energy goes into the earth, and so you're, energetically, you are vast. So just remember, just because it looks like you're doing something small locally, physically, but your energy is vast. It's connected to everything in the universe. And I don't know, it's almost like it gives me a sense of it being like a computer, like this planetary computer, or this cosmic computer, that your information, the words that you're brave enough, the activism that you're brave enough to act upon, will ripple throughout the universe. Okay? So trust your knowledge, trust your wisdom, trust the ways that you are your interactions, the way that you're inspired to engage socially, because your words will have a ripple effect. All right, so let's take a look at the archangel that you're working with this month, and this is perfect because Archangel Raphael is actually a seraphim. So the seraphim are 12th dimensional. They're the highest frequency of the angelic realm, and of course they are around the throne of God. But Archangel Raphael works specifically with the earth and transmitting the energies that comes through each one of us, our 12 chakras, that comes from that higher plane through our 12 chakras into the earth chakra. And he helps to transmit that frequency to Lady Gaia, into the earth, and also into the ley lines around the planet and the cosmic computers, which are the some of the great crystals and the pyramids, right? He also connects that information to some of the major constellations that are supporting our planetary ascension at this time. So what you're being called to do is having profound ripple effect. Do not underestimate the size of the situation. You know, what I mean by it, if you only have if your microphone only reaches your neighborhood versus someone whose microphone reaches the entire world, it doesn't matter. In terms of energy, the same thing is being accomplished. So take to heart what you've been given to do, and understand that it's important work. Okay? All right. So let's take a look at the Major Arcana theme, which tells us what is the major lesson. All right. And we have the High Priestess. So this is really pointing to the wisdom, the important information, cosmic information that you're going to be receiving. Now, you say, well, I don't do that kind of work, Barry. I work in an office. But you're still connected intuitively. And whatever you're inspired to do, you might see something that you feel needs to be changed, that should be done in a better way, that serves humanity, that serves the greater good, that creates, in layman's terms, a more positive environment, an environment that's more conducive for working. Whatever that is, tap into your inner being. Don't just react to the actions of things that are going on around you, but tap into what is really happening. And your inner being will know what that is. And you will transmit those words. And those words will have effect in terms of creating a new foundation, a new way, a new wave movement of how things are conducted. So take nothing lightly that you're inspired to do. All right. And of course it says patience. So to know that this is really about a lesson in patience for you, that we just can't, we want everything to change because we say so, right? But there's a process, and the ripple effect may need to activate others who within their process need to come to terms with it, but in their way. But you've just set the stage by bringing, I think, Gemini, the clarification that was needed for others to find their own way. So the Minor Arcana lesson here, and how you might be working with this, is the 9 of air. So there is that sense of my first you know, like, yeah, talking about that negativity in an environment, that you might be shifting that just with your positivity or your insights that create awareness and clarification for people, that clears confusion, because usually confusion is a lack of understanding. So you might be that voice that helps people to hear one another, what they're really trying to say and what they really need. Okay, that might be one of the ways that you're working this out. You might be sort of a mediator. The other thing is for you not to worry, for you not to obsess or you know, don't let yourself get don't take on more, don't put more pressure on yourself so that your mind starts criticizing you, right? So take on what you know you can manage. Take on what you can manage without being triggered yourself, right? Because we need you to be the strength. We need you to be the high priestess. We need you to be that silent wisdom, that rock that everybody can have as an example. I mean, it may be that instead of people running around biting each other's heads off or just say, that maybe you just represent this person who handles things in a quiet manner, who goes within, who holds their own counsel, that might be an example to others, that will be helpful. But be aware that whatever you're doing, you're laying this from the foundation up. So that means usually we like to see things happen at the top, because it's almost like that's the culmination, right? But we really want to build, we want to bring it down into the foundation. So we want to start in the foundations and create those changes in the foundations. The foundation is harder to change because it's a foundation, right? It's a solid layers, so that everything above it can have some type of stability. So foundations are made to be hard to break. But our work is in changing those foundations, shifting them. And you have to understand that process is going to be a long one, and it's going to be one that's going to test your patience. So you can't allow yourself to get, to start imagining the worst. So don't jump to conclusions here that, oh, this is not going to work. Don't do that. Because don't look for the results in the outer. Pay attention to the results of inner change. Be a witness. And that's a harder thing to witness, but you're going to have to focus on that. Did you create a change in the atmosphere by speaking? If you did, then even though that may not feel good, but that is different from what was. It means that the energy has been aroused and people are there's a little bit of chaos, but that's how the process of change is unfolding. That means that's your way of understanding that the foundation has been shaken, not broken, but shaken. And maybe that's all you're going to do, because the other people who are shaken on top of that foundation might shake it some more, enough for it to crack. So it's going to need everybody. Your role is really to inspire, to shake everyone, so that when they start shaking, they then will begin to cause that foundation to crack. And then what you're doing is you're making a path for that cosmic universal energy, the ascension frequencies, to flow through and beneath those foundations, where that energy now can be elevated from the core of the earth up, without prevention or without intervention from these false foundations of the ego. All right. So Gemini, I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and have a beautiful month of April. God bless you.